kick things off, we're going to talk about the nail weight rig, a finesse presentation, which is actually what we call it here. In Japan, where it first started, they call it the Neko Rig. You might be familiar with like the VMC Neko hook, stuff like that. Well, it's all kind of spins around the nail weight rig. Before we can jump into what the nail weight rig is, we should talk about where exactly did it first stem from, and that is from a wacky rig. Basically, it's just a biospawn exo stick right here, rigged wacky. A lot of people use a Senko, but basically all I'm doing is taking my wacky style hook and hooking it dead center in the middle of this bait. That way it's balanced perfectly, and as it falls, it has a nice little shimmer to it in the water. Why this is important with nail weighting is adding nail weight, which is adding a nail to the plastic, is going to change that a little bit. Now you're talking kind of like a shaky head, but not really. A Ned rig, but not really. You're adding weight to the front of the bait, making it fall instead of giving it a weightless presentation. Weightless presentation on a wacky rig is ideal for real shallow fishing, real shallow, where you can throw it, has that slow fall around docks. The Neko rig, or the nail weight, is going to be good in shallow situations, but it's also very versatile, and that's why it's becoming so trendy, because you can now, with the weight, you can fish deeper depths, you can drop it on fish, you can skip under boat docks, you can fish beds, you can do everything. So now you kind of know where the nail weight came from. Let's take it to the boat and I'll show you how to rig one up. We're getting ready for the tournament, sitting out on the boat, rigging up all my tackle, and once you know it, we got to get the nail weight or the Neko Rig rod ready. Your first thing you're going to want to pick is a good rod. A spinning rod, of course, and we're going to go with about a 7-foot medium action rod. In this case, I'm using a G Loomis NRX 852S, which is 7-foot 1-inch medium action, but this is the very top of the line. Of course, anywhere down there, but the main thing is you want that 7-foot medium action. I'm using a 4,000 Shimano spinning reel, but anything from the 2,500 to 4,000 size would be ideal. And in this case, I'm using 10-pound braided Power Pro SSV2 line to a 10-pound Seeger and Vizex leader. And it's probably only about an 8 to 10 foot leader is about perfect for this. And then of course, I'm using an owner hook. You want to use a wacky style hook. In this case, it's the owner Sniper Finesse. So we got the rod, that's the setup. Let's rig the bait. Right, when it comes to the nuts and bolts of actually putting together the nail weight, this is what you'll need. A soft plastic stick bait. In this case, very popular, Gary Yamamoto Senko. A Biospawn Exo stick works good. Really, you can Neko rig any kind of soft plastic. It's just a matter of sticking a weight in it on one side and just kind of rigging it wacky style to get that presentation. So a stick bait, we're gonna need one of these. And then of course, these are the hooks I'm talking about. These are the owner Sniper Finesse. Size 1 is usually pretty perfect for this. And then you're gonna get yourself a Neko Rig box and a drop shot box like this. Here's where I keep my different kind of nails. These are Wu tungsten nails. You know, VMC, there's so many different brands out there. I use that one. And I also keep my O-rings in here. This little box works kind of perfect. And you want to get yourself some kind of a tool. Truth be told, the wacky ring tool makes it easy, but a needle nose pliers will work just fine. Once you got all your stuff put together, the actual rigging is pretty simple. You're going to take the nail weight and you're going to insert it into the fat part of the Senko, weighting it just a little bit, and the ribbedness from the nail helps stay in the plastic real well. So it still looks the same like this. Then what you're going to need to do is take your ring and your pliers and then just slide your Senko in about 1/3 of the way. If you're going traditional wacky, you might want to go more, halfway point. So the end result is a nail weight in the fat side of the Senko, a band about 1/3 way up. Then I'm just going to take my hook and actually just slip it into the plastic a little bit, but right underneath that band. That'll keep it on there like so. Now that we know how to rig up the nail weight, where do you throw it? Unlike the wacky rig on its own, which is weightless, that was more of a springtime kind of post-spawn deal. But the nail weight, because it has the nail, turns into more of a year-round type of thing, because I can hit literally any depth and fish almost any single cover I want because of the addition of the weight. Heavier weight, I can get deeper depths, and I can also trigger fish by a quicker fall. A little bit lighter weight, I get a little bit more of that wackiness back to it, a really slight slow fall as it goes down. At the same time, it's awesome for pressured fish. It was developed again in Japan for finicky finesse style fishing, brought to the US, great for tournament fishing, and honestly just perfect for going out with the kids and catching a lot of bass on the weekend. Real good for, again, like I said, pressured fish. And then where do you throw it? Isolated stuff seems to always be the best. That could be inside weed lines or throwing at actually isolated fish when you see them. A tree, like the exact tree you're looking at right now, that cypress tree tree, perfect. Isolated on its own, great spot for a bass to move up and sit. Docks. Docks are a real good spot, and actually one of my favorites to fish. I catch a lot of fish off of docks, and a Neko rig or a nail weight slips under docks real easy on a spinning rod and hooks the fish right away. It's an awesome presentation. And again, anything that's isolated, just a simple stick, something like that that can hold a fish, the nail weight's going to shine.